I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's never said that before. Have you ever said that before, Pusha T? I don't think you have. Oh, wait, you say that every single song. Pusha T will annihilate Travis Scott. No problem. Hands down. Give it to Push. Like, it's not even a hint of a chance. So Clipse has released a new track, y'all, called So Be It. And I definitely think it is fire. I do appreciate the real bars on here, not just the drug bars, which there are like 20 or 30 drug bars on here. Don't get it twisted. That's still there, and it is still annoying to me. But we do have real bars as well. You know, it's produced by Pharrell, which I love because Pharrell being back with Clipse in general is just a vibe, man. It's like the boys are back in town, you know what I'm saying? So Hell Hath No Fury being one of their best albums to date. There isn't a better Clipse album. There isn't a better Pusha T album. There isn't a better No Malice project. Hell Hath No Fury is their best. It will always be their best. I don't see them ever topping that, not even with what they're doing here. The track is a banger. I do appreciate some of the bars that are brought forth. No Malice is the real bar king normally, but Pusha comes with some pretty fire bars in here as well when he's not talking about selling white. You know, he first, in the second verse, he impressively spells Clipse for us. So if you didn't know how it's spelled, it's Clipse, and then he goes on to say Epi, 8-ball, LV. He mentions 8-ball there. There's a drug reference. Oh, big surprise. LV, Louis Vuitton, referencing Pharrell, who is the head designer or whatever at Louis Vuitton, which is interesting. So that's kind of a double meaning there. And I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's never said that before. Have you ever said that before, Pusha T? I don't think you have. Oh, wait, you say that every single song. So you know what I'm saying? Like, people defend this man, and he keeps on saying the same thing. You can clip the amount of times that he has said 8-ball before or bust a brick, and you can just have a whole song of him just saying that. Like, there is, and probably more than that. It's a lot. So when I say he mentions this a lot, someone in my last video said, when does he mention drug references? Like, are you deaf? That's what I responded. Are you literally deaf? If you can't hear that, you are insane. You know, get the F out of here. And he does have some real bars on here, though, like catch $1.50 for each Pirelli. I got 8 of them. Call me Andretti. You know, that's heavy layers in his bars. And this is where the real hip hop kind of comes in, because $1.50 meaning 150 miles per hour, also meaning that a razor blade cut across your face. And then Pirelli is the luxury tire brand that does it for Formula One. And usually the teams have 2 cars on them, so 4 tires each car. I got 8 of them. Like Andretti, Mario Andretti is the former American racing driver who won world championships and all that. So there's heavy layers in there, and that's just one line. So that's what's impressive about the bars being brought forth. So when we have both, I'm cool with it, you know. But when we just have the first bars I mentioned, I'm not exactly cool with it, because these are easy to reach. When we just say this, which is one of his lines, circle back and come and get this Kelly, it's not impressive. It's not impressive. I mentioned this before, is that, you know, these white girl lines, drug references, have been beat to death, you know? Like, I lose it when it comes to this, because it's so annoying. And it's so annoying to hear people big this up. I understand that a lot of people my age came from the selling drugs is cool era in rap. And a lot of people younger than my age is doing drugs is cool. And a lot of people older than my age don't do drugs is cool, you know? and I understand that each era has its appeal, right? And Pusha T comes from this era of selling drugs is cool. And at one point it was. Do I think it is now? No, you know? But we do got some bars in here, and in your ears too, if you want them blue like Belly. You know, like Belly, they had that blue tint to them. I'm sure he's talking about In Your Ears too, probably Bruise Black and Blue, but also like Diamonds Black and Blue. And so there's double entendres in there. There's triple entendres in there. There's some heavy bars here. And that's what I love to see, because sometimes you don't get enough of those and you just get the drug references. Now, at the end of this track, he does mention Travis Scott and diss him. Basically, he doesn't mention him by name, but he does go at him. Mentions Utopia, mentions your girl's lip gloss was popping or something like that. And he's probably talking about Kylie Jenner and how basically she has her own cosmetics lineup and is making a lot of money, so she doesn't really need you kind of deal. And he doesn't mention him by name, but it's obvious he's talking about Travis Scott. And a lot of people don't like Travis Scott, mainly because it seems like he is kind of like Drake in a ways, where he's kind of a culture vulture. And yes, you can be black and be a culture vulture, believe it or not. If you don't like that, I don't care, but you can be, because the term culture vulture shouldn't be a race thing. It should be you're taking from the culture and not giving enough back. You know what I'm saying? So when you get your style from A$AP Rocky and you get your flow from other rappers, and you get your business in like way of moving about the business industry from Drake, and when you borrowing from so many people, it's like you are just a culture vulture now, because you're not adding anything to this. You're just taking from it. Even if I've never been impressed with Travis Scott. If he's smart, he'll just stay silent on this, because in general, Pusha T will annihilate Travis Scott. No problem. Hands down, give it to Push. Like, it's not even a hint of a chance. It's not even if he's not getting in one punch on Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? And anyone who thinks that Travis Scott can come out on top if he goes against Pusha T, you're crazy. You're crazy. And I know that I have dragged Push through the mud a lot of times, but I got handed to him when it comes to, these double entendre, triple entendre bars, and just straight up dissing. He's had some good diss tracks. I do think Drake's diss track against Push was better than Push's diss track against him, but Push ended up making hip-hop history by exposing a hidden child from a rapper, which has just never happened before. So that's an automatic win in the beef, really. but I gotta say, this is not Push really dissing Travis. This is just like, hey, if you wanna say something, go ahead. I encourage you to. I am putting the bait out there, and I'm gonna reel it in as soon as you take the bite. Because I'm ready. I'm ready to diss. I'm ready to big up this album. You diss me, then my album sales go through the roof. People are already talking about this track, mainly because he disses Travis Scott. But a lot of people don't like Travis Scott. A$AP Rocky don't like Travis Scott for what I mentioned earlier. Kind of took his whole style. And then Tyler Creator doesn't like Travis Scott. Other rappers don't like Travis Scott. But it's just like when Kendrick Lamar dissed Drake, like when that happened, all the rappers came out the woodwork. You know what? I don't like Drake neither. You just will work with him. Forget that, It's like, so this is going to happen when someone's afraid to diss somebody because they've had so many collabs and had their finger in so many pies in the industry that they've really built up a wall of defense where you can't diss them, but all it takes is one person to knock that down, then the rest come pouring through, man. But what do y'all think of this track? I think it's a dope track. It should have been the first one. This should have been the first one, in my opinion, because this one is the one that's real bars are in here. Real hip hop is in here. The beat is better, in my opinion. This is what should have been released initially, I think. And then you could have done the second one and so on, So, I'm excited for what the album is going to bring, Don't get it twisted. I'm still going to check out a Clipse album, I've been a long-standing fan of Clipse, believe it or not. But, you grow out of things, just like I grew out of Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg. I grew out of Clipse as well, you know, where they're just not my favorites no more. Where at one point they were one of my favorites. So let me know what y'all think about it. Do you disagree with my opinion? You know, do you think Travis Scott has a chance at all? He should stay silent. Let's be real. Do you think the Clipse track is a 10 out of 10? I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. You know, I give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. You know, it's up there, you know. But let me know what y'all think about it, man. Peace.